Fort Fry High School invited 4 other nearby schools to take part in a robotics and drones competition. The goal of the event is to facilitate teamwork between students and give them an opportunity to compete. Our Peyton Brooker has more with the machines in Beverly.
Fort Fry High School hosted the 3rd annual Ohio Valley Robotics and Drones competition. A total of 5 schools were able to participate in the competitions. The schools involved were Fort Fry, Warren, Belpre, Caldwell, and Union Local. This competition had a tournament play bracket game in robotics and a point system track with pre-made drones. One of the organizers for the competition, Tracy Huck, said the main goal of the event is to give nearby students in Ohio a chance to compete.
Well, we decided to get this started when we realized that some of the competitions were maybe really far away for students to travel to. We wanted local competition, which allowed more students to be involved. This allows many students to participate, so this is a free and open competition for students in the surrounding area of Ohio Valley. We don't charge them anything. We allow them to come, and it allows them to have a free day and a fun day of participating in both robotics and drones.
Students involved seem to enjoy the experience.
We build them from scratch. We build the robots from scratch, and then we also do some drones.
I'm glad there was as many teams as there was here, and I had a good time.
It was pretty fun, just a little bit stressful.
And I was a little bit scared coming in. I was going to be like, it's going to be really hard, a lot of competition. And then I came in. First we lost, but then I was like, we got this, and it's a little bit more easier. And then we got used to it. At the end, we kind of stressed a little bit, kind of folded, but that's about it.
Tracy and the students agree the experience is a way to try new things and learn how to work with others in the field of engineering.
Is that we are allying students together from other teams, from other schools as teams. So they come to here to be in an alliance. They're not competing against one another, they're actually allying together, which is really important in the world of engineering and collaboration. In engineering, you work with other people in a collaborative manner, and we want students to understand that working in that way is really important when it comes to the design process, or when it comes to tweaking their robots, or just working with a partner. So the collaboration skill is really important.
Really good experience, and it can strengthen you like as a person, build character, team bonding, and just it gets you to try new things.
It's important just to have fun and all that too. It's important to try new things and get out there.
This is Peyton Brooker in Beverly, WTAP News. This is home.